Tyson Fury is a very talented heavyweight and one of the best out there. But I'm not saying that because of this performance here against Tom Schwarz. This Tom Schwarz fight told us absolutely nothing that we didn't already know. Tom Schwarz is a guy who tried to quit in the second round against Senad Gashi by playing dead. This fight was an absolute farce, exactly like I said it would be beforehand. In fact, if you go back, 6 weeks or more, I said in several videos that out of Wilder, AJ, and Fury, Fury has by far the easiest opponent in Tom Schwarz. And that by having his opponent be the easiest and also the last in terms of dates being after Wilder and AJ's fights, that Fury would make himself look good in comparison to those guys by fighting the weakest opponents after those two guys have fought stronger opponents. And in a way, it's a kind of very smart move by Fury and Top Rank by doing it that way. It's worked out very well for him. So again, Fury, a very talented fighter, but he took on an absolute pudding in Tom Schwarz. Only casuals, people who know absolutely nothing about boxing, or Fury arse-lickers, would be making out as though Tom Schwarz is on the same level as an Andy Ruiz, or even a Dominic Breazeale for that matter. Deontay Wilder probably would have knocked out Schwarz in 1 round, never mind 2. And the same goes for AJ. You know, even though AJ just got battered all around the ring by Andy Ruiz, do you seriously think AJ wouldn't do a similar job on Tom Schwarz? He would have taken Tom Schwarz out with ease. Most top 10 heavyweights who can punch would take out Tom Schwarz with ease. Well, you think Luis Ortiz wouldn't beat Tom Schwarz? You think Kaunaki wouldn't beat Tom Schwarz? You think Ruiz wouldn't? People, I was saying all this before the fight. So if anybody tries to come and say, oh, you're only saying this because Fury won easy. If anybody says that, you are getting blocked and deleted. Your comment get deleted off my channel. If you're not paying any attention to what I've said before these fights, then you've got no business commenting here. Yeah? I said before the AJ Ruiz fight that Ruiz was a dangerous opponent for AJ. I said before that fight took place. And I said before this Fury Schwarz fight that this is an absolute farce. And my biggest gripe with this fight, Fury Schwarz, is the fact that people hyping it up, hyping the win up as if it's something special, are actually giving Tyson Fury carte blanche to go ahead and fight another pudding later on in the year. That's what they're doing. And Tyson Fury, as one of the top heavyweights and the guy who claims to be the quote-unquote real champion, don't we want something better from him than fighting fighters on this level? If he's the real champion, don't we want to see him fight a real contender? I mean, what type of boxing fan are you if you're happy to see Tyson Fury fight guys like this? Yeah, you're not a real boxing fan. You're either some kind of fanboy, a casual, or, both. Let's see Tyson Fury face maybe the white Revis winner. Yeah, somebody along those lines. Someone who can actually fight. Someone with actual credentials. Andy Ruiz, we'd already seen him in against Joseph Parker. It's only because of the fact that he's, overweight that people thought this guy couldn't fight. I knew he could fight. Joseph Parker knew he could fight. Anybody who'd seen the Joseph Parker fight knew that Andy Ruiz could fight. Dominic Breazeale, that's a much better win for Deontay Wilder than Tom Schwarz was for Fury. Dominic Breazeale is a guy we've seen in a world championship fight before against AJ. We'd seen Breazeale in there against fellow contenders like Izu Agono. Very up and down fight, him coming back to win. We'd seen him in there against Eric Molina, another world title contender. So even Breazeale was a much better fight and a much better win for someone like Wilder than Schwartz was for Fury. So let's not allow Fury to pull the wool over people's eyes to the point where people are going crazy about this win and therefore giving him carte blanche to face another pudding later on in the year. We have, if Tyson Fury is the best out there, if he's the real champion, then we have to hold him to a higher standard than this. Yeah? Fighting a Schwartz, people, come on. The guy who tried to quit in the second round against Senad Gashi. Not a top contender, not a champion, not a guy who'd ever fought for a world title. Senad Gashi made this guy want to quit in the second round. That's who Tyson Fury beat tonight. I've seen some people online who were so impressed by this Fury performance against Tom Schwartz that they're now saying that the Deontay Wilder rematch is going to be easy for Tyson Fury. Well, before the first Deontay Wilder fight, there were loads of Fury fanboys saying it was going to be just like the Klitschko fight, that Deontay Wilder wouldn't get near him. Well, that's not what happened, is it? It was nothing like the Klitschko fight. In fact, I said it wouldn't be like the Klitschko fight because I knew for a fact that Deontay Wilder would throw a lot more punches. And if you're throwing a lot more punches, you're going to have more success. Klitschko, one of Klitschko's biggest problems is that he didn't throw any damn punches. Wilder, a younger guy with a much more hot-headed gunslinger type mentality, was always going to throw more shots at Tyson Fury and therefore give him more problems than Klitschko did. And in the rematch, remember what I'm saying right now, because I will remind you of it after the Fury-Wilder rematch. I'll remind you of this, okay? The rematch, Wilder-Fury, is not going to be an easy fight for Tyson Fury. It's going to be a very difficult contest, win or lose. Yeah? Remember that I've said this, bookmark this video. I will remind you of saying this when they fight a year from now, whatever it is. It's going to be a very tough fight for Tyson Fury. It's not going to be any easy fight or anything like that. If you believe that, I think you're living in a dream world. Yeah? Tyson Fury is going to be fitter and sharper for the rematch. Deontay Wilder is going to be sharper and wiser for the rematch. Mark my words, what's going to happen? Both guys are going to elevate their game for the rematch. Yeah, and it's going to be a tough fight for Fury, win or lose. That's what's going to happen. All this talk, oh, it's going to be easy now. Look at it. He fought a pudding. What do you think Wilder would have done to Tom Schwartz? You know, Wilder keeps on talking about catching a body. I will be lobbying to prevent Tom Schwartz ever stepping in the ring against Deontay Wilder, because Wilder might make that wish come true. Against someone like Tom Schwartz? Come on, people. Wilder would have taken that guy out faster than Fury did. So, look, again, Tyson Fury, very talented, good fighter, but you're not going to prove yourself to be the top heavyweight of the generation by taking on individuals like this. Let's see Tyson Fury follow through on what he said a couple weeks ago and face the winner of Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas. Remember, Tyson Fury turned down Oscar Rivas as an opponent in favor of taking on Schwartz. So he turned down a much more difficult fight to take this fight. Facts. Yeah, let's see him fight the winner of Whyte Rivas. And I'd make him the favorite against the winner of Whyte Rivas, as would most of you, but at least it'll be a real fight. At least it'll be against somebody who has some credentials, who's actually coming to win. At least it will give this whole lineal title business a little bit more credibility when you're defending your so-called lineal belt or title against someone with a pulse, someone with a proven track record. Yeah, both amateur and pro, at least in the case of Rivas, because Rivas was a very good amateur. Just like Andy Ruiz was a good amateur. Just like Dominic Brazil, he was an Olympian. Right? So, and obviously as a pro, look at all that Dillian Whyte has done. Look at all the guys he's beat. These individuals have resumes way, way beyond Tom Schwartz. So please, let's put this into perspective. If any of you didn't expect an easy night's work like this for Tyson Fury, then you must, no disrespect, but you must be a super casual. Or either a super casual or someone who'd never studied Tom Schwarz. Because as soon as I had a look at this guy, because when the fight was initially announced, I just had a cursory glance at his box record, didn't really know much about him, and I gave Tyson Fury the benefit of the doubt for all of 5 minutes. Once I started watching Tom Schwartz's fights, particularly the Senagashi fight, I knew exactly what this was. An absolute farce. Something which was designed to impress the casuals in the United States and make Tyson Fury look good. And again, the timing of this fight is what helps Tyson Fury so much in terms of impressing the casuals. Not just the selection of the opponent, the timing of it. Because he fought by far the easiest opponent, far weaker than the opponent Wilder fought or the opponent Joshua fought. Far weaker. He fought by far the weakest after those two fighters had their fights. Again, that's kind of a stroke of genius and a very, very clever, deceptive thing to do by Team Fury. But I don't want the public to allow this facade to continue. Yeah? Tyson Fury is a top fighter. He is talented. That's why I want to see him in there in real fights. Not in some circus like this. Yeah? Coming out, living in America, Apollo Creed and all that kind of business. Yeah, and a nice little ring entrance. But let's put somebody with a pulse in the ring against him when the bell goes. Not this. Not this. So it was what it was, a 2-round farce for Tyson Fury. There's talk of him fighting Manuel Char later on in the year. Manuel Char is a guy who, when they were when Char was mentioned as a potential opponent for AJ, do you remember my reaction? I said, hell no, I don't want to see AJ fight Manuel Char. That's a terrible fight. I said that in my video. So why would I have a different reaction if Tyson Fury fights Manuel Char? It's going to be the same thing. This is a terrible fight for Tyson Fury, Manuel Char. Char is more proven than Tom Schwarz, I'll say that. Char's based in Germany, just like Schwartz. I think he's ranked higher than Schwartz in Germany. I'm sure he is. So yeah, Char is higher up the pecking order than Schwartz, but he's still a real poor fight for Tyson Fury. Yeah, if I said he was a poor fight for AJ, I'm not going to say anything different for Fury. Same thing, poor fight. Let's see something better in the ring than Manuel Char. As I say, I like, for Fury, I like the winner of White Revis. White's a free agent. So the Fury-White fight is very, very realistic. Yeah, that's a fight that can definitely be made if White gets past Revis. And Revis is a very dangerous opponent for Dillian Whyte. So, it's still quite an if. But if he does manage to get past Revis, yeah, let's have Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. Or even if Revis beats White, let's have Tyson Fury versus Revis. Let's get that on instead. Or somebody around that same kind of level, a legitimate contender. In fact, one more thing before I leave. Let me just make a quick point for future reference. All right, remember that I said this. Even though this was a short fight against a pudding in Tom Schwartz, Tyson Fury actually got clipped a few times by left hooks, which was interesting to me. Now, I know fighting somebody the level of Tom Schwartz, Fury's not going to be on his guard and as defensively responsible as he would be if he was facing a legitimate threat. But be that as it may, Schwartz wasn't catching him with right hands. It was the left hook he caught him with a few times. So perhaps Fury is more vulnerable to that punch than he is to the right hand. Okay? Something to remember in future, because I think there could be an opportunity there for a Tyson Fury opponent who has a good left hook, or maybe a southpaw with a good straight left hand, to have success catching Fury on his right side. Yeah, with lefts. So pay attention to that, because again, it's not just in fighters' losses where you pick up on potential weak points. It's in their wins. That is where you show whether you actually know what you're talking about and that you're actually paying attention. When you can look at a fighter win, even in a short fight, and say, okay, but there's a little gap here, or there's something that he did here which could be exploited. I remember way back when David Price fought Matt Skelton. And at the time, David Price was, the best thing since sliced bread in British boxing. And if you watch my David Price Matt Skelton post-fight video, I got a lot of hate in the comments from Price fans saying I was being overly critical, because I said that Price showed weakness in that Matt Skelton fight. When he was up against the ropes, I didn't like Price's body language, and there was me and a couple of other YouTubers at the time. I remember a guy who also used to make YouTube videos called Jose Silva, and a couple of others. We were all in the same kind of boat, thinking that, yeah, Price beat Skelton in a couple rounds, but there was vulnerability there. We noticed it. And I'm telling you that Tyson Fury on his left side, I think that there is a potential vulnerability there defensively, because Schwartz was able to catch Fury several times with a left hook, at least twice, maybe 3 times with a left hook in a very short fight. And Schwartz is not a good fighter, So that was interesting to me. That was interesting. All of these heavyweights have got weaknesses. Wilder's got weaknesses. Andy Ruiz has got weaknesses. Tyson Fury's got. If you don't think Tyson Fury's got weaknesses, you're deluded. All these guys have got weaknesses. And I think there might be one potentially defensively there on Fury's left side. Yeah, again, I know he was fighting Schwartz, and when he's fighting somebody better, he's going to be a lot more careful. But when he's fighting somebody better, they're going to have a lot more skill, particularly if they're, a crafty southpaw or someone with a good left hook. So, bookmark this video and this comment for future reference. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.